have marriage or commitment, or any kind interesting conversations. It would be no marriage, no commitment, and minimal on conversation, or not at all.
I don't know. I think that would get kind of old after a while.
Oh, okay.
It might be nice for the weekend, but I think, after that.
Good afternoon. I'm Tiffany Rothman at filtered90211. My wonderful co-host Chris Sloan is off today celebrating his birthday. So happy birthday to you, Chris. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And please don't go to Vegas and spend all your money. Okay, and now the person who filled in for Chris, it's Sean Francis.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
And then our wonderful guest, Simmons, right? Yes. Simmons. Nice to have you here, and thank you for being here.
Oh, sure. My pleasure. I didn't realize I was filling in for somebody else, but now that I know, I'll try to compose myself.
Okay, so now first I want to read something to you. Cheryl Lee Ralph shares how her kindergarten teacher's sweet gesture impacted her. The Emmy-winning actor describes what experiencing kindness from a white teacher meant to her during the early days of desegregations. Gee whiz. I guess the teacher is brave enough to do that. Because, what if she gets fired from other...
That's true.
From her superior, if they are not as kind.
Yes.
As we deal with this reminds me, I think Hillary Clinton's mother, she was abandoned by her family, and when she was a kid, she would go back for food or something like that. Her mother, this is Mrs. Rothman,
right?
And then when she was in first grade, her teacher saw her was the only one without food, and she would bring extra food every day to feed her. So the mother, Mrs. Rothman, said that's how she made it.
Interesting.
That's really sad. I mean, how can a child be hungry? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that may have been the inspiration behind Hillary's book called "Takes a Village."
Yes, because she loves her mom so much that she became what she is today, and so that's something to talk about. At least she respect and worship and grateful to her parents.
Oh, sure.
So that's great. That takes courage and character. Not too many people do that nowadays. They don't know how important it is to have parents and what the parents went through for you.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of younger people especially take that for granted. And
oh yes.
But at the same time, there are unfortunately a generation of kids, especially in the poor neighborhoods, that grow up without one or the other parent.
Right, or they are their parents' meal ticket. We have that too, but not too many, so we would talk about it.
Yeah.
So on next, Irish woman went viral for feeding her taxi driver's friend out of a car window. The 20 years old living in Cork, Ireland, tells Today.com that she got to feed a crow from a taxi after having the worst day ever.
Wow.
What do you make of that?
Well, I'd say that she was probably pretty grateful that she had enough food that she could afford a crow outside the taxi window. That's great.
So she lives in the taxi and she feeds the crow out of her taxi, right? Wow. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Next, we have family adopts unicorn dog who was nearly euthanized. Strawberry's been through a lot in her life, said owner Kristen Coleman. She fits right into our family. That's wonderful. That's really kind.
Right.
Oh dear.
I mean, that's an incredible story about a unicorn dog. I haven't run into one yet myself, and I'm looking forward to it.
I don't even know what it is.
Well, it's a dog with a horn in its head. So the traditional unicorns are a horse with a horn in its head. This is a dog with a horn in its head. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're gonna breed that kind of dog.
Yeah.
She's gonna take care of it. She might have its space and take care of it as a family pet.
Okay.
Yeah. And they could do a lot of things with that dog. I mean, you know, they could play horseshoes, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know, you have but the dog has got to stay still, all right, while you throw the horseshoes at its horn. You know, can't move. That's what you got to. That's going to be difficult to train the dog to do that. You know.
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen.
Just keep the dog still. Yes. Just be still, buddy.
It does sound like a dog's tail, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another one. Sandy Hook survivor, now 18, received scholarship from New York Rangers. In 2012, Isaac McKay Green's little sister Anna died in the Sandy Hook school shooting. Oh boy, bless him. He went through so much.
Yep. Yep. And of course all the parents of those kids that were lost went through so much. Right? Probably even more than their lost children, of course. You know, the whole emotional stuff that they had to try to get over all these years since their children passed away.
It's very hard for a child to have a sibling die on them. It's very, very difficult.
I know. I had one myself, actually, when I was young.
How young were you?
I was 9, and my late brother was 22. He was killed in a motorcycle accident.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Devastated our family.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, were you able to deal with that, or they too?
Eventually, you know, I went through several months of child counseling.
So they put you in counseling.
Yeah.
That's great because you know sometimes they were in so much pain they forget about the younger one.
Yeah, I was very fortunate, blessed to have
Yes.
the family that I did. They're very supportive. Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. But you know, thank God I've had plenty of time to get over it. So it's
Yes.
you know, it's not like it happened yesterday. Yeah.
I know, but it's a shame because it's your older sibling, someone that you probably look up to.
Well, you know what? Interestingly, I really didn't know him that well because most of the time he was, because of the age difference, he was a lot of time outside the house, and then of course he went into the Navy when I was still relatively young, when I could barely remember. So, yeah, that's a kind of a problem when you have siblings that are that far apart. You know, they sometimes don't get to know each other that well, and before you know it, they've left the house already to start their own life, and you know, then I was an only child about for 8 years after my next brother left. So
actually, it's less painful that way too, right?
I would have rather had closer siblings, you know, like my brother's children were. So, but you know, can't have everything. Right?
Yes. Once I saw a student concert when I was still in New York. This teenager, she was like around 16, and she just lost her sister a year ago. She's a dancer, so she talked through the whole dance. It was really sensational. At the end, she said something that like, I cried. She said like, I chose to have you, you know, to be grateful that I have you in my life for the first 16 years. And she threw a kiss up the sky. I know.
That's sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. Very
It's
nice.
very difficult on the siblings.
Oh yeah.
Or sometimes when one of them have an illness, the next one didn't get enough attention, and they end up suffering too. Because I was a school psychologist. I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
So I evaluated this student once, and he had a stroke. And when he told me I have a stroke, I said, "Really? Can you describe it?" Because I couldn't believe it. So, and he did. So his sister also received services, and when I test her, she has more difficulties than he did.
What do you mean services?
Just specialized services like, you know, extra help or with the
Gotcha. Okay.
you know, with resource room or counseling or something like that. So that's how it is.
So she had like a stroke.
No,
when she
he
was-
has a stroke, but
Okay.
she suffered more. She seemed to feel like she doesn't get enough attention in this.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, it's like the sick one has all the attention, while the other one that might in need of attention or care, and then you just
Yes, because one of my colleague, he said the same thing. He said my older sister, born with a handicap, and then he got into an accident. That he was in the coma, and he got brain damage. And he said that when he got out, when he came out of the coma, he felt that he started to get more attention than he used to, because his sister was the one with the situations.
you got this, George.
Sorry about that.
Got it?
I cover his face or
Ooh, this is
like that.
the echo.
Oh, this is better. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so now what next? Do cats enjoy taking walks on leashes?
Who?
Cats.
Oh, cats. Oh, really? They enjoy that?
A chance to go outside together can be a fun way to strengthen the bond between you and your cat. Just be sure to follow these tips.
Tips on how to walk your cat.
I don't know. Do they? I don't think so. I think cats prefer to be at home.
I think cats prefer to be independent and not be attached like a dog is, right?
Yeah, there's some there's some cats that they are raised with the dogs nowadays.
Oh.
It's like, so the cat doesn't know he or she is a cat. So, so it could be like, oh, I'm a dog, I'm just in a cat's body. So.
Poor thing.
What
Yeah.
about vice versa? Don't they have vice versa?
Vice versa? What do you mean?
A dog raised with a cat and
Yeah,
the dog thinks
yeah.
he's a cat?
Yeah. There are those two. Yeah.
A long time ago, I had a dog and cat together, and they would often lie together. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's tough because I had a dog and he died on me when I was 5.
Oh, no.
And I think I cried for at least a month, and I never really got over it. And I told my family not have another dog because if he died, it would be really sad.
Yeah.
So I never had another one.
Uh-huh.
But I think now, as I'm older, a lot older, much older, I'm ready to have one.
Okay. One of my ex-girlfriends, his mother, had a series of dogs. They were all small, relatively small dogs, and she had pictures of all of them up on her wall, right? And so one came right after the other. One died, she got the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It was quite an interesting, just a wall hall of fame of her dogs.
That's nice.
Almost like what part of the family?
I wish I had a picture of my dog, but he was gone too fast, and he was gone in a painful way too. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Dog walk fame. King Charles, Queen Elizabeth, and then the royal family tree. Yeah. You get to record that. Yeah.
Don't let any of the royal family hear you make that analogy. Right?
Really? What do you mean? That's her royal family. That's her dog royal family. Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one is he's 56, retired, and now playing college baseball. It's nice to have dreams of doing things, but when you actually do them, it's so fulfilling. Jim Folan said. That's just like, in a way, kind of like me. When I left my job as a school psychologist in New York, and I could do this dancing and acting full time, of course, for a very short time before the pandemic. And then we moved here, and it is very, very fulfilling.
Yeah.
But what even more fulfilling is I work with the adult disabled in a non-profit organization near home. I love it.
That's nice when you can do work that's rewarding.
Yes.
There's an old saying: if you do what you love, it's not a job then.
Yeah. And the receiving is in the giving.
You want to read something?
Sure. Let me see. there's a lot of things here. Okay, California's reparations task force has voted to approve recommendations on how the state may compensate and apologize to black residents for generations of harm caused by discriminatory policies.
So you know what? It's about time. If you don't do anything wrong, so you wouldn't have to apologize for it.
Yeah, I have kind of a different take on that, actually. Hopefully this isn't offensive to anybody. But I know the reparations talk has been going on for a while. And maybe a lot of people don't realize that California never was engaged with the slave trade, either before or middle or during or after the Civil War.
Oh, okay. So,
And-
so California is like less guilty than other states.
Well, not guilty at all, I don't think, in that respect.
Okay, good.
But
Good to know.
yeah, and even if they were, there's something that kind of rubs me the wrong way about making people pay for what their ancestors did, because we
Okay,
can't help. We
yeah.
can't.
That's true.
you know.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's the basis of my
I
argument
understand
against
that
it.
because
Yeah.
I think I kind of grew up with that kind of ideology.
Ah.
And yes, yeah. No, I don't think people will have to pay for what their ancestor did.
Right, because they had no control over that.
Right. And by the way, their ancestor, it's a long time ago. But I think slaves supposed to stop around 1865. Supposedly, right?
Supposedly, yeah. But then there was the sharecroppers that worked for basically slave wages, and people that still worked in a capacity of servitude, even though they weren't officially called slaves. But they didn't have really much of an opportunity because they were so discriminated against long after the war was over with.
Oh yeah. Yes,
So,
yes.
the real opportunities didn't really come until much later after the war.
Yeah,
for
they just
that.
start calling you housemaid or help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, you know what? Let's put it this way: if I live in your house and I do domestic work, I expect you to pay me and treat me well. Why would you?
Sure.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All
And,
right.
and sometimes that can be a pretty thankless job. I know my own wife was a caregiver for many years, and even if they paid her well, it's sometimes a thankless
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, like you dedicated your life to someone's family,
Mhm.
right? And,
Yeah.
So it's the personality of the people, not the job. Because I think I'm a caregiver now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You give with care.
Yeah.
And it's not
yeah,
a thankless
you
job.
care about people. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like this topic.
Yeah.
Just caring about people. The next news: Mage has won the Kentucky Derby at a race meeting marred by 7 horse death.
Was that just recently? The
I
one
have
that
no
happened
idea.
yesterday?
I have no idea. I don't know who's Mage neither.
Uh-huh.
But it seems like he won because of the horse crash, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Or horse, of course. Well, remember what was happening over at the Santa Anita racetrack for a while. There was a bunch of horses that were dying over there. And,
Why?
well, they're not sure, but they think it had something to do with the track. And so from what I gather, they redid the track. And so I haven't heard about any horses dying over there recently, so hopefully that was what happened.
Because with my experience, I think what I saw, all the horses are always well treated.
Yeah, because they want them to win the race. Yeah.
Not even win, even if they don't race. Because when I rode horses,
Yeah.
many years ago in New York, I never mistreat them. I always feed them with carrot and take good care of them, and they know. Once I rode a horse into Central Park in New York, and he was a brand new horse from the country.
Oh wow.
They gave it to someone else, and that person, you never went out to the park before. And I said, never mind, I'll took him. And he got scared of paper. He saw newspaper flow by. He ran me in front of the car. And he was shaking like this. And instead of pulling, being rough on him, I just pat him. First, I pat him and I talked to him. I said, okay, let's go. We stay in the back, and I talked to him as if he was a human being.
Yeah.
And he did get scared when he see the newspaper and make everything short. When we came back from the barn, I unattached him. I got in front of him. He started kissing my arms.
Aww.
I feed him, and he started like he rubbing his nose up and down my arms.
Aww, that's so sweet.
Yes, and like they know what's going on.
Yeah. Horses are very majestic creatures. I think that a lot of people don't realize what a really important part that the horse played in the history of America. They practically built we built America on the backs of horses. If it weren't for the horses, I don't think that we'd be here today. If not for that, yeah.
That's why horses are always well treated, because they deserve it.
Yep.
Yes, horses are cool.
Yeah. My wife's father was a horse trainer.
Okay.
In fact, he was a what do you call when the kind of horse shows when they're jumping over the rails? Oh gosh, what do they call it? It's a can't remember.
Jump over the railing.
Kind of the horse sports where you jump over fences.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And her brother became world champion.
Oh wow.
Equestrian.
Equestrian.
Yeah, he was the equestrian world champion at 1 year.
Equestrian.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was-
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah, only to be lost in the volcano a year or two later.
Oh really? So he won the world champion and then lost in the volcano.
Yeah.
And then was he? Did he went missing or was he?
Yeah, never,
Oh wow.
never to be found again.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He probably died in the war or something like that.
We think that they think that he probably
Tripped.
perished in the
Yeah.
in the volcano somewhere. Yeah, the lava,
Volcano.
whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
down in Mexico. That's where that was at. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Dying in a volcano is pretty. It's a pretty badass way to die. You know what I mean?
I would say so.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's like, if you in the heaven, you're like, how did you die? I went into a volcano voluntarily.
Yeah. Well, he didn't go into a volcano, but he was killed by, like a lot of other people were by.
Was he with other people? Or was he
I don't know if he was with other people. That he was. That's how they think he would perish. There's that from the lava flow or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because I went to a volcano like not right in the crater, but like it was like close enough in Japan, and then it was like when the volcano erupts and there's like the dust, right? The dust comes out. If the volcano erupts and then the dust come out, it could bury you. Like
Oh jeez.
there was
That's too dangerous.
It is
that's
quite
what they were
dangerous.
afraid of at the 911 incident.
Yeah.
Being buried by all that dust that was coming
yeah.
out from the buildings. Yeah.
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 A lot of people. I mean, it is a dangerous activity. So,
Sure.
yeah,
When you first mentioned that you got sort of inside the volcano.
No, I didn't get inside. I was trying to get inside the volcano, but everybody was telling me, "Hey, don't go inside the volcano. It's very dangerous."
Sure.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Yeah.
And then they showed me. The taxi driver took me to a nearby site where they have like probably a gate that's like taller than 10 feet, and then the gate, and then it used to be taller than 10 feet, right? So, but now it's like about like probably like 5 feet tall, because the volcano dust buried like most of it. So now the ground is about like 3 feet below the gate.
Interesting.
So the gate was buried by volcano dust, like maybe like 10-20 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
When you first started talking about the volcano, I thought you were going to mention the one over in Hawaii, which is really a famous one, the Kilauea.
Okay.
Right.
I never been to Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Hawaii, but not anywhere close to the volcanoes there.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I saw someone, I think this is back in the 70s when I just came,
Yeah.
who went to Hawaii and took out a picture of the volcano about to explode.
Oh wow.
Oh.
See, like smoke on this now. And I say, oh, wow, that's dangerous. I would have run.
well,
They took a bunch of pictures.
maybe he was at a safe distance away from it, or up on a hill overlooking it, so that it wasn't.
No, we're pretty close up.
Well, he could have.
Was it like a bow view or is it like on the side?
It's like right in the front.
You can see his feet.
No, he took a picture of it. They were like together.
Ah.
I think it was on their honeymoon or something.
Well,
Okay.
maybe it was a little bit of an optical
Vacations,
illusion to you
yeah.
because he was using a zoom to make it look like it
Well,
was
this is
very
in the
close. right?
70s. Do they have that kind of stuff there?
I think so.
They-
Oh, okay. Maybe.
You can use like the lenses was You can like the lenses was not like advanced technology. You can use like big lenses that can go pretty far. If unless you can see their feet, otherwise you can see pretty far. Like you can see pretty far with the telescope, not the one you put on your eye. Yeah.
It's scary. It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
scary.
yeah. It is. Yeah.
But I'm the big chicken around here. I'm afraid of everything.
Well, you know the old saying, fools rush in where angels fear to tread.
Say
Yeah.
that again.
Fools rush in where angels fear to tread.
That's a good device. That's a good
Oh.
career
Like that.
device. That's a good career device.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to read something?
Sure. Let's see.
I can read something.
Yeah.
The head of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention announced her exit on the same day the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 is no longer a global public health emergency. Big topic.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
COVID was really something else. I was wondering, the pandemic, do they make it out like more than it's supposed to be, or what? Like overreacting or not?
Well, yeah. Of course, that's a whole argument about that on both sides, of course. But yeah, I think the winning argument is starting to surface that it was handled the wrong way, and that.
Well, it's practice. Practice makes it perfect.
Well, that there was too much that was shut down.
Yes, way too much. And plus, I was scared to go out because you know how the Asian people would get assaulted by the nuts out there.
Yeah. That's certainly one of the tragic effects of that, of course. But ironically, though, at the same time, I think that if the United States had shut down everything at the very beginning for several months, just like some of the Asian countries did, right? Maybe that would have mitigated a lot of the spread of the disease. Okay. So, but they would have had to do it at the very beginning.
I was in Italy, in Venice. I left on February 24, 2020, and flew back to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
wow.
they shut down. I was kind of depressed because I bought certain thing like dance classes, a package for 20 classes, and then they closed it down immediately, and I lost everything.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, there a lot of things happened when it started. I remember LA was like instantly having a riot. Like the street was like on fire.
You're not talking about you're talking about
It was
the riots during the pandemic.
Yeah. Like when right at the beginning of this pandemic, it was like just everything closing down. Nobody was on the street for a couple of days, and then it was just fire and cops everywhere for like like what, 3 days at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, let's see what we got here. Oh, here's one, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
If there's no debt ceiling deal and the U.S. defaults, how would the fallout filter down to states? NPR's A. Martinez talks. Oh, NPR's A. Martinez talks to Zach Conine, Nevada's treasurer, about the impact on his state. Well, yeah, it's difficult to say, I think, what exactly would happen, because I don't think there's been a time actually when the Congress didn't make a last-minute deal of some sort to keep the government from defaulting. But you would think that the states themselves would have enough of enough of a backup a budget or in the coffers, so that if that were to happen, there wouldn't be any immediate effects that anybody would feel necessarily. But if it were, depending upon how long that stretch of time would go on before a debt ceiling deal would be reached. So anyway, that's
So what would happen if the government, U.S. government defaults?
well,
Which probably is not going to happen. Yeah.
oh, hopefully, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I remember there was a time where the government was shut down, right, for like a few months, or for like a month, or less than a month. And then because they couldn't, the government couldn't reach agreement on like what to do with their budget and stuff, right?
Right.
And they eventually they figure it out, and then they reopened the government, which is something I never heard of, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, lucky and very fortunate for the U.S. government that they were the only country that can get away with printing more money out of thin air.
Every country kind of prints money, you know, like.
Yeah, not to the extent though that the United States has.
Really?
Because the United States' currency is still the default currency,
Mm-hmm.
right? People have come to accept the fact they've gotten used to it, that the United States government has been just printing more money and more money. But the bad negative effect of that is also we've got inflation, and the value of the dollar is going down because of all that. And then, of course, there's the possibility that if the government, U.S. government, defaults on their debts, and they're already $31 trillion in debt, then that could be a disaster for the United States dollar. Anybody holding
for
US
the world, yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why gold and silver is getting very popular recently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gold and silver.
Yes.
So you're gonna go out and buy your wife a lot of gold and silver
Not my wife, no.
yourself.
She's gonna get robbed.
We have our own budgetary concerns, so
Yeah.
Don't we all?
yes, but we're not together like most married couples. We're kind of separated for a while, so we live in different places. She lives in Mexico. I live
Mexico.
here. Yeah, that's where she's from. Yeah.
Did you go there?
Have I gone there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, many times. Yep. It's It's a nice country. Well, sort of. But wouldn't want to live in many of the areas there, except for maybe some of the nicer coastal regions.
Yes. Oh, go to Cabo. You can go to Cabo. We could go to Cabo.
I did go to Cabo. I've been there a
Yeah.
couple times, several times. But you know what? I don't like it as much as other places, like Puerto Vallarta, for
Okay.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been there, so I don't know.
Well, Puerto Vallarta has everything.
Yeah.
Well, you
It's-
guys are really world travel here. World
Yeah,
travel.
Well, besides Mexico, well, and just a couple of weeks here and there in Europe.
Well, you've been to Europe, so yeah.
Yes,
I've never
but
been to Europe, but yeah.
That's all. I left Asia and I never went back.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I've been to Europe. That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Europe sounds really fun.
yeah. I'm not as well traveled as my brother is. He's a retired airline pilot,
Oh wow.
and his wife is a retired flight attendant, right?
Oh wow.
I wonder how they met.
That's yeah. Well, it's obvious how that's how they met. Yes, but anyway, they're the last couple that you have to worry about. Because of their pensions and their retirement benefits, they get to fly anywhere in the
Oh,
world
dear.
for
Yeah.
free whenever they want.
Wow.
Catch me if you can. Yeah. The catch me if you can. Yeah.
Lucky them.
Very-
But it's hard work. The flight attendant is real hard work. I can't
Yeah.
fly like that.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. But then being a pilot is a
oh.
lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Being a
yep.
commercial airline pilot. Yeah.
Yep. Too much, yeah.
Yeah. For some people, that's for sure.
Oh, I guess some of us are happy living the simple life.
Yes. Let's see here.
All right. Let's see if there's another thing. Next news. Oh yeah. A resident of Old Bridge, New Jersey, told NPR about the pounds of pasta found along a local brook. Quote, "It was funny and humorous and mortifying." So somebody found like pounds of cooked pasta in New Jersey, like in the woods.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I saw that meme online. I was like, what the heck? Yeah.
So somebody cook a bunch of pasta.
And dump it in the brook.
For what?
Exactly.
They trying to feed the animals? The wild animals? Would they eat pasta? I'm just asking. Why are you laughing?
I know. It's yeah. That's why it's funny. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
the thing in the country, when I went to the country, in
Yeah.
upstate New York, I befriended with this couple. He said that the bear went into his house, opened the sliding door. The wife was upstairs, and I think took the garbage. No, opened the can of peanut butter,
Uh-huh.
eat it, and took the garbage and run up.
That's
The
cool.
mountain.
Yeah, because he
Ran up the
thought
mountains.
the bear thought that's food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Garbage has a lot of food in it.
Yeah.
They smart.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because they know you. Yeah, it's right at the door. There's food in there. Yeah.
But they would open the sliding door,
Uh-huh.
and they would try to open the can of peanut butter. They know that is food.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, they like
How?
sweet stuff.
Can't
They don't-
smell it.
They
Can they?
They can, of course. They
They
can
probably
smell
can,
honey.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they have very, very keen sense of
I
smells.
see, I see.
Yeah. Just like dogs, of course. Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember one time on a ranch that I used to live on years ago. We had a bear that came onto the ranch up in Sylmar,
Oh wow.
and
And
and it was at first it was a kind of a frightening sort of thing to see this bear walking around the property, and but fortunately it didn't it wasn't aggressive. It didn't attack anybody on the ranch.
you know what? There's a little boy. He like 5 or under 6 years old. He disappeared for 3 days, and when they found him in the wood, he said he'd been living with bears, sleeping with them.
Ah,
And the bear feed him and everything.
Oh
interesting.
wow.
Wow.
A bear boy. Huh.
Yeah.
you
yeah.
would think the bear would eat him up.
Aha. Right. Right.
Well, the bear now the modern day bear probably know how crazy humans are. So they're like, we're gonna take care of the little human so that the human will feed me for free. Yeah.
Look about
Well-
like Tarzan. Remember
Yeah.
the movie Tarzan? He was a baby missing in the wood.
Yes.
And he thought he was the monkey, the way he grew.
Right.
And when he grew up, he's really gorgeous. So who played Tarzan again? The really good-looking one.
Well, let's see.
Is it the tall guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tall guy in Pacific Ring. Yeah, I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
light
but-
hair, kind of like look like you, but younger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Well, I had my day in the sun.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
You
found
remember
out.
his name?
Yeah.
This is back like in the 70s, 60s maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a great time, yes. The good old, the good old years, yes.
Not really.
Yes, we have a Tarzan right here.
Yes. Oh, the guy that won Academy Award for Best Actor this year. I think he played Tarzan one time.
Yeah, I didn't see. I only see the I only see the Asian nominations. All the Chinese actor Michelle Yeoh, and then the Everything
Yeah.
Everywhere All at Once. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah, that's usually the part I watch.
Okay.
Yeah, this.
Did you see the movie?
Not yet, but I already seen like enough memes to know like some stuff about it.
Science fiction is something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Michelle Yeoh, she was like, she's been like a superstar since she started her career. So it's like, you know, like everybody was like, yeah, she deserves it. You know,
Yes.
like she,
Yeah. Wasn't she in something about
James Bond,
well,
Donnie
besides
Yen.
that one,
Jackie Chan,
the Tiger movie.
Crouching Tiger,
Crouching
yeah.
Tiger,
yeah,
yes, yeah.
Crouching Tiger with Chow Yun-fat
Chan
and
Pei. I mean, Chan Pei was so popular in Vietnam. I
Yeah.
loved her. She was a ballet dancer.
yeah,
Yeah, she inspired me.
I bet.
I think
yeah.
I was 4 or 6 years old at the time.
Yeah, I think every actor in the Crouching Tiger movie was like already like everybody already know them in China, and then a lot of countries in Asia, and then I remember that back then that was the only Chinese movie besides Hero that was known in the Western world, right?
Besides the martial arts movies, of course.
Yeah, and now there are the Bruce Lee movies, obviously. The Hero, the Crouching Tiger was like recent, right after Bruce Lee passed away. Like that was like the movie, right? And what else was like? Yeah, because Jackie Chan was making all the like a cops movie, right? And then they were like the Hero and the Crouching Tiger was like, oh, traditional Chinese martial art.
You know,
Yeah.
Jackie Chan, he's not really Chinese. He's Vietnamese born. He changed
Really?
his name
Really?
and everything so he
Really?
can get work. Yeah.
Is that right?
It's easier if you're Chinese.
Huh.
You would get work in Hong Kong and this and that.
Wow.
But his movie, him and I think, who is this? Oh, this is Chris. What's his name again? He has a high, squeaky voice.
Oh,
He's
Chris
African-American.
Tucker, I think.
Chris
it was.
Oh, I love him. You know, him and Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Q movies, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
I know.
So you're
I know.
saying like Jackie Chan was actually born in Vietnam? I didn't know that. Yeah.
That they did some research. Yeah, his name, this, and then he.
Yeah, because
changed it.
his last name was not, because his son has his like ancestors' last name, right? So it was like a different,
Or maybe he's Chinese, Vietnamese. A lot of Chinese moved there. And
I wouldn't be surprised if he's Vietnamese.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But he is Vietnamese. He had Vietnamese name and this and that, but he changed it so he can get jobs.
Yeah.
And that's
Interesting.
understandable.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, I think, they do that. A lot of people from a lot of foreign countries, they sort of homogenize their names, particularly like their first names, right? They come to America in hopes that they'll be accepted more by doing that. Yeah.
It was easier to call your name, otherwise they wouldn't hire you.
Yeah. Probably easier to hire somebody that's whose name you can pronounce as
Yes,
opposed to
yeah.
a name that you can't pronounce,
Yeah.
right?
But you hear a lot of controversial too. Like my one of my colleagues and I were talking about a long time ago. She from the island, and I'm from Vietnam, and she said like people, they would say to her like, "You're so lucky you have this professional job. You're an immigrant and you got this good job." And she would say, "You can too. If you go to school, they would hire you before they hire me. You're native speaker and you don't have an accent." Well, she's native, but she has an accent.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think anybody is well ahead of the game if they speak more than one language. Yeah.
Yes, but you have to be fluent at it.
Well, I've met people that are
Yeah, me too.
that are pretty fluent in both of them. In
Or
fact-
multilingual. You know, we had someone here as a guest. You know, she's a singer, friend of my aunt. You know, she's multilingual.
Uh-huh.
And some of my relatives, they the same way, they're multilingual. But you have to be like intellectually superior in order for the school to allow you to study many languages.
Sure. I've met people that grew up with both the Spanish language and the English language
Yeah.
from the get-go, and they're so fluid at both of them. They have no accent in either
Yeah, yeah.
language. It's amazing.
They probably was born here, okay, when they were very young.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. So when you speak multiple language, you actually or when you learn a different language, you actually training a different part of your brain to, to how do you say that? Like, it's like a machine, right? You gotta train it to make it stronger, right? Like a muscle. So it's the same thing when you learn stuff, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like when you get comfortable at just doing easy stuff, it definitely slows you down, like, because the machine is not being your muscle is not being trained. So when you constantly learn stuff, you get better at learning. Yeah.
That's why I try to watch Jeopardy every night.
Yeah. Yes.
I actually get some of them right too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet.
I've actually guessed some answers right that the contestants didn't get.
Yeah.
I am
Fuck
sure.
yeah.
You know, it depends. It's because you're a contestant. That doesn't mean you know everything.
No.
We should apply for it then. Yeah.
No.
Why
No. I don't think I'd pass the audition.
Really? Why not?
No, because all those contestants. When I say I might guess or get a correct answer sometimes that the contestants don't get, but you got to look at the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
Most of the answers I don't get right.
Oh, okay.
And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to get them as fast as the
contestants.
as the contestants do.
It's interesting. Yeah.
That's the thing about it. You can know the answers, but if you don't know the answers first, it doesn't matter.
Well, but there are audience on the show, right? Can you just ask the audience or something like that? Ever thought about that?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like because there's definitely audience on the Jeopardy, right? Like there's contestant, their audience, right?
Yes, but they're not allowed to ask the audience any questions. The audience isn't allowed to divulge any of the answers either to the contestants.
Why not?
Strictly forbidden. Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Well, that would defeat the purpose of the game, wouldn't it?
I don't know, man. It's yeah.
Okay, so you read something.
Yeah.
She fed over 1,600 people in need with food from her garden. Then vandals cover it in salt. After vandals destroyed Carly Budd's harvest, TikTokers stepped up to offer her money and support. If I pronounce this right?
Vandals.
Vandals, yeah.
Covered. What does vandals covered mean?
Vandals, people that destroy things.
Okay, covered in salt.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So they vandalized her garden.
Yeah.
Right, so they covered it in salt, and her longtime friends,
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's
not a long time people that they know about.
that's
I'm
the nicest
sure.
thing I've heard about TikTokers.
Yes, well, I'm sure a lot of them are the people she knows, and that's nice to feed people with food from your garden. 1,600.
Yeah. I mean, my
Very
my own folks
Yes.
were farmers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, from the Midwest, and I remember they loved growing some of their own food also, back in the backyard and where we
That
grew up.
takes talent.
Yeah,
Because I can't grow anything.
you probably could if you learned how to exactly how to do it.
Yes.
You know, just like learning how to cook, right? Yeah, you learn how to
I
grow
don't have a
things.
green thumb. When I try to grow plant or take care of it, I never able to do it.
Well,
Grab a shovel.
Yeah, you probably grow a green thumb after you doing it for a while. Yeah.
I see.
So
Grab a shovel, put the seed in there. Open the apple, put the seed in there.
Because I'm always impressed with farmer, the people that grow their own food, and
yes.
in
Yeah.
the backyard, when we moved to this house, in the backyard we have lime and lemon
Uh-huh.
and orange, and it's great. You can
You
go
put
out
the
and pick
lime
it.
in
Yeah.
the coconut and fill it all up. You
Free
put the
food.
lime in the coconut and fill it all up. You put the lime in the coconut and fill it up.
You got free
Oh,
food.
doctor. You never heard that song?
I think so.
It's my first time. I heard it for the
I
first
heard
time.
it like
yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Somebody sing it somewhere, but I didn't
Yeah.
know it, so I didn't pay attention. But now, come to think about it, I think
like
I
it-
want to grow a banana tree.
Yeah.
I want banana.
Yeah. Okay.
Banana,
Orange,
yes, we
lime,
need
lemon,
banana.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, but banana is like cheap in the. Yeah, you gotta. I know. I probably would grow like an avocado tree or something
Yes,
like that.
that too. Banana,
Yeah.
avocado.
Avocados, those take a long time.
Oh, really?
Yes, develop. Yeah,
Huh.
I know somebody that tried to grow avocados, and it was even down in Mexico,
Oh, yeah.
where the best ones come from. And years he was trying to do it, just didn't work. But
Maybe it takes years for the tree to prime or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like you plant the tree and then the future generation gets to enjoy it. It's yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So, what else do we have here?
Okay, let's see.
All right.
Here's what the 81 years old best friends who traveled the world want to do next. The longtime friends recently made their way around the world,
That's awesome. That's the
making a fearless trip across the Drake Passage and spending time on the backs of camels in Egypt.
Wow.
Wow, that is brave.
That is, especially for people that of that age.
Any age. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. I'd be scared.
I want to go to
Once
Egypt.
again, I'm
yeah.
Well,
I'm
wanna
the
see
biggest
them-
chicken around here. I get scared easily.
I want to see
after
the
all
movie.
you've been through, I can't believe it.
I know, but I get scared.
Well, this reminds me of a story. Actually, how my wife got inspired
Yeah.
to get a van to travel around part of the United States in
Yeah.
by herself. She saw a video. It was a travel video on YouTube. I guess it was a little over a year ago, and it was a South American woman. Can't remember if she was from Argentina or someplace like that, and much older woman. I think she was in her 80s, and she was traveling around in her van all by herself, all around South America, everywhere. And so my wife saw this, and she said, that looks like fun. I think I'd like to try that, right?
Yeah.
And so she went up, she got herself a van, and now she's just waiting for her son to fix it up so that it has all the stuff that she's going to need while she's traveling around.
All right.
So
Did she ask you to come along?
yeah, and I'm considering it, especially now that we got the writer strike going on.
Yeah.
And hiatus going on at the same time.
Yeah, I bet you're gonna go viral if you like just do a travel blog while you do that. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's pretty courageous, for a single older woman, to embark on a journey like that, by herself. That takes a lot of courage.
Women reunited with camera 13 years after losing it in a river. The Arizona resident thought her digital camera was a goner until she saw photos from it on Facebook. Women are courage. They're brave.
I'm sorry. What happened with that woman?
She lost her camera in the river,
Oh shit. Okay.
and then she saw her photos from it on Facebook.
Oh, somebody picked up her camera then. Yeah.
Well, it's a wonder that the camera was still functioning enough.
No, you don't need the front camera to be functioning. You can just take out the SD card in it. The storage card.
Yeah.
For the photos.
Right.
Even the camera's broken, you can take it out and then put it in the computer. It probably will still work.
Yeah, but this was in the water.
Yeah, we can still take out the SD card. You know.
Because
That's amazing.
I think it's probably the water couldn't get into it. You know, it's inside
It
the
could still
camera.
get into it.
Yeah,
but
if it
like,
were in there long enough, probably.
Yeah, it could still get into it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
You move it up and
you can
then-
probably salvage the data. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's wonderful.
That is.
She must be happy.
Oh, I would imagine she's ecstatic.
Well,
Yes.
it depends on what's on the camera. What else is
That's
on
true.
the camera? You know.
That's true.
That's a whole different chapter.
Yeah.
We wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
we can conjecture here about
What's
what
on
was in the
Facebook
photos.
and what's
Right?
not on Facebook? Yeah.
Yes. What's in her how's the saying goes? What's in my camera stays in my camera. like what's in Vegas or what happens in
Well,
Vegas
yeah,
stays in Vegas.
Stays
or-
in Vegas. Yeah.
Okay. Dharma Hamlin, clear to play after remarkable recovery from cardiac arrest. 3 specialists were in agreement that Hamlin can resume playing without any fear of setbacks or complications. Wow.
Who's Hamlin?
Dharma Hamlin.
I almost thought you said Dorothy Hamlin.
No,
Yeah.
Dharma
Yes.
Hamlin.
You know who Dorothy Hamlin was? correct?
Yes.
Dalmar Hamlin to play after remarkable recovery from cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
3 specialists. So is he some kind of athlete?
He must
Dharma
be.
Hamlin.
Cleared to play. Yeah. She must be an
Yeah.
He had to
athlete.
play,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
boy.
It doesn't say what sport, but
Pretty scary. Again.
it would have been nice if they had said the sport that she played.
Yeah.
Dharma, is that a man name or a female name?
Damar, D-A-M-A-R.
Is that a female or a male?
Could be either.
Damar. Yeah. Yeah, they don't refer to the name as a he or she. That's
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's Google it. Let's see.
All right.
Dharma Hamlin, wait. Or something. MFL? Football safety. He's a football player, American football safety.
Okay.
For the Buffalo
Oh.
Bills of the National Football League. Ooh.
yeah. You know what? I think I heard of that. Heard about that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that happened
NFL.
earlier this last season. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was all over the sports networks and stuff.
All right. Okay, so George gave us a game that we can play. Says we impersonate each other's accent,
Oh.
and
I don't think I can impersonate your accent. I mean, you guys can probably impersonate my accent, but I don't think it's the other way around. Because if I could, I would have done it a long time ago.
isn't this the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune? Okay, the round 1 is Tiffany impersonate Sean's American accent.
No, I can't.
and
It's too hard.
And Sean impersonates Simmons' Chinese accent.
Oh.
And Chinese impersonates Tiffany's Vietnamese accent.
Ah.
All right.
You don't have an accent. You have.
I was told that I have some sort of, I say D as T sometimes. It depends on the context.
No, if I listen to you, I would think that you're American born.
Yeah, I get that sometimes, but like sometimes I have hard time understanding like the context, and then also like what the like the slang or the specific thing means. You know, like I sound fluent, but still I'm still trying to understand a lot of like culture related like words. Yeah.
And phrases and
Yeah,
adjectives,
yeah.
things.
Because you remember I was asking you about something earlier, and that was like the fish in the water. Yeah, fish out of the water thing. Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys want to do this? Because I don't mind trying.
You guys can. I know I can't. I mean, if I could imitate Sean's accent, I would have done that and get better jobs by now.
I can
Say
try.
something. Why don't you say something so I can
I-
repeat what you say?
Okay. Well, here's the sentence for you all to read in each other's accents. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I never realized I sounded like that.
No, it's not exactly like that, but I'm saying it's like when you look at how he talks, you can kind of get closer to it. It's kind of like an imitation. Yeah. All right.
Thank you for sharing.
All right, so I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it in my.
No, I'm going to read it so you can. Oh, I'm sorry. You're next.
It's all good.
You read it.
I'm gonna read it in my accent so Sean can try to do it.
Oh, good.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
That's kind of funny. Yeah. It's like oh, I can see how. Yeah. It's like I don't know. It's funny. Yeah. All right. Let me.
Okay, you can imitate my accent.
Okay. No, just would you mind say it one time so that I can try to imitate it?
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune. Something like that, right?
Yes,
Something like that.
All right.
Is there? Yeah. Okay.
You know what? If we're allowed extra time on this, now I'd like to try to impersonate Tiffany.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So do you have?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If you want to do that, yeah.
Yeah,
you
you
can.
do. You're supposed to impersonate it. Me, Sean impersonate Tiffany Vietnamese accent. That's round 2.
Okay.
And now Tiffany impersonate Simon's Chinese accent. Go ahead. You do it so I can imitate you.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
All right.
Okay. Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Sean
So
Okay.
Sean is
The
imitating
quick
Tiffany.
brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
All right. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
It's funny for no reason, right? I love it.
I like that.
I love it. All right.
Simon impersonate Sean's American accent. Go ahead.
all right,
Sean,
Sean.
you
All
read
right.
it.
Yeah.
Here we go again. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
All right. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune.
Is somebody going to do George now? Can somebody do George?
I'll do George.
Okay.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog while singing a catchy tune. Something like that. I don't know. What do you think, George?
How was that, Mr. Producer? Yes.
Is that okay? All right, that was really fun. All right. Yes, that's yeah. I think I used to have roommates that after we know each other for about like 2-3 months, and then we would just like start impersonate each other, and then we would do that for like half an hour, and everybody just go crazy. It's just
Of course, it's even more fun after you've had a couple drinks.
yeah. No, we didn't drink or anything. We would just trying to like make each other laugh, and then we would just start to imitate each other, and we just imitate each other. How do we talk, and then our catchphrases, and it just went absolutely crazy for no reason. Yeah.
I do that with my wife sometimes. Impersonate her.
She has a Mexican accent?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And
You have children?
no, she has a child,
Yeah.
full grown fact, he's the one that's supposed to be turning her van into this livable vehicle.
Nice.
But he's taking his own sweet time about it.
Why is it a bus, like a small van, a big like a
It's
little
a
bus?
small van. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't live in it. I mean, why don't you just buy an old bus and
Well,
Then you have to
everybody-
drive the bus.
Yes, I told her that she should have gotten a bigger van, but it was she wasn't going to take.
It's probably harder to like even convert that into like a livable space. I actually know a guy. He did that. He bought a school bus and turned it into like an Airbnb at Coachella or something like that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
that can be very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
a
can
lot of
imagine,
work
sure.
still, but
Yeah.
it's like, like you can probably make some money while Coachella is going. Like, like a lot of people go to Coachella, you can probably make some money.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I've heard of people actually converting a fuselage of a like a commercial jet into a home.
Oh wow, that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Well, Jet,
Yeah.
you know what? Talk about Jet. I like Elvis Presley Jet.
Oh, well, yeah. Who wouldn't? Yeah.
Have you seen it? The inside? It red velvet chairs.
Yeah, I think maybe some of that was in the movie.
No, they
Possibly.
They just sold it.
Yeah.
It was there for decades.
Did you see the movie, by the way, Elvis? The Elvis movie.
Which one?
The latest one with Austin Butler. The one that was just nominated recently.
No, I didn't.
Oh, great movie. Yeah.
Austin
I
Butler.
see.
Yeah.
I saw so
Austin
I
Power?
watched so many things. I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Okay,
great in it.
2 truths and a lie.
Uh,
Take turns. Share. Each of you will take turns sharing 3 statements about yourself. 2 statements and 1 lie. The other participant will have to guess which statement is the lie. This is a great way to learn more about each other and have some laughs along the way. Okay, to make it even more engaging, consider adding a specific theme for each round, such as childhood stories, travel experience, or funny anecdotes. Okay, for example,
Wow.
Tiffany could start by saying, okay, I once climbed the Great Wall of China. I have a pet turtle named Sheldon. I've never eaten sushi. So which one's the truth and which one's a lie?
the pet turtle.
Is a lie?
Yeah.
I believe that the climb the Great Wall of China is a lie.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's not what's given. That's not what the 2 truths 1 lie she's given. This is just an example.
Oh,
No example. Yeah. So no, he's right.
I would probably believe that that's a lie for most people.
Oh, climb the Great Wall of China.
Yes.
Why?
I just don't think that most people have even been to China, much less climbing the Great
That's
Wall
right.
of
I
China.
told you I never been to Asia after I moved. That's why.
But you know what, like, what's the first thing most people do when they go to China?
They go to the Great Wall.
Okay.
But those are the people that go to
Yeah,
China.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
And what about I have a pet turtle? Why is it a lie? If I have a pet turtle.
No, the name Sheldon. Like that's very specific. Like. Yeah. Because I know these are just examples.
Right.
Or did you
Right.
give these to?
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I've never eaten sushi is a lie because I love sushi.
I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one should be. Yeah. No, I thought. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Actually, that one should be the lie. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
And probably a lot of rice too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
As well, right?
Okay, so let me begin. Let's say, hey, this is
Yeah, we can do like a travel themed
Right.
or like just travel themed.
travel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Travel. I've been to Venice, Italy 5 times.
Okay.
Okay.
It's true.
Oh,
You don't tell us if it's true or not. Yeah.
should we? I wonder if we should make the statements, all the statements, first before somebody then
Yeah,
guesses
yeah.
which one is a
Yeah.
lie, which one is truth. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But now 2 of them have to be the truth, though, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 truth and 1 lie.
I don't know why this reminds me of What's My Line. Anyway. Okay.
I worked for the city of New York
Uh-huh.
for 28 years.
Okay. Now the third statement.
I've skinny dip in the Pacific Oceans.
Okay. Okay.
Does your husband know this?
You
cannot ask questions. Alright, I'll say. I'll say probably the third one. Yeah, probably the third one is a lie. Yeah.
I would.
You saying that I'm not a sensual adventure?
I'm saying you might just twist it to change some of the details. You know, it could be a partial truth. You know.
I would say.
Just a guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the first one is lying.
Okay.
I've been to Venice, Italy for 5 times.
Right.
That's a lie.
Right.
Why?
I just think that 5 times for somebody like yourself who's from Vietnam would go there, that particular place, that often, as opposed to traveling other places.
You could be there more times, you know, and you could just say you fought into 5 times.
Okay, so you want me to tell you?
Uh-huh.
The last one's a lie. I've been to Venice 5 times because I'm a dancer, remember? And the
Okay.
Isadora Duncan International Institute, they would go to Venice quite often.
Okay.
So the first time I went with my husband when we just got married, and the last 4 times was once when October 2018, February 2019, May 2019, February 2020. So 5 times all total.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I would love to go to Venice myself, actually.
I love Venice.
Yeah, I bet.
I heard there like the water level is like rising
Yes,
every day.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I
it's-
love riding. The water taxi is so expensive. Once
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I have to go from the airport to where I was going by myself, and the euro is like almost 200 euros.
Oh wow.
150. And
Wow. That was a gondola
crazy.
you're talking about?
Yeah, no, not the gondola. It's a water taxi, because it's very expensive
Oh.
to make the taxi.
Is it like a
Motorboat?
motorized?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I didn't know they have
so,
that.
because I had to be by myself because I wanted to delay the last minute. You know, delay the last minute so I can be with the family or something like that. That was May 2019, yes. And then on February 2020, I asked people, I said, very expensive, can you come and wait for me? A bunch of us can hire one, and then we can split like 5 of us. 5 or 6 with tip, we split like $30, $40 euros
awesome.
per person.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
That is. Gee.
Worth it.
Worth it?
Well,
Water
because that's
taxi.
the only way. I think the most inexpensive way is, I would say, that you fly to Florence. Because Florence is, not that expensive, and the Florentino, they similar to the American Italian than the Venetians. And
Okay.
you would, you stay there, and then you would take the train to Venice, and then you walk wherever you want to go. You have to walk all over Venice. It's a walker paradise. And then when you leave, you could take the train either back to Florence and fly out in Florence. That's the most inexpensive way you can visit Italy. Or take the train to Rome and then stay there for a while and fly out.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd love to see Italy.
I'll have to keep that in mind. All right.
All right.
Because I love the Venetian Carnivale.
Yeah.
The carnival's great. It's fun.
Okay.
I went to the Dracula ball. You know the Dracula.
The Dracula ball?
Yep.
Is it like a party where they
Oh,
dress
yes.
like Dracula?
They do, yeah. I dress up, I wear a mask.
That sounds pretty fun.
I thought they only had the Dracula balls in Transylvania. Yeah.
No, they.
Is it? I thought that's a movie, right? Yeah, that's a movie. Yeah.
Dracula's ball?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
When you say what do you mean Transylvania then? Like.
No, part of Romania.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I've actually met people from Transylvania.
So that's a place in Romania.
You know what my instant reaction was when I met them?
Yeah. What?
What do you mean by
The
that?
cross.
What does that mean?
The cross. The
Cross,
cross.
the cross.
Oh.
The cross. Yeah, because the vampire afraid of the cross. Yeah.
So whose turn is it next? You want to go next?
I'll go
You
next.
go
Okay.
next.
All right. I'll give you 3 statements. I've been to Honduras. That's the first statement. I've been to Japan. That's my second statement. And I've been to Indonesia. All right.
Wow.
I would say the first statement's a lie.
Okay.
Wait, and which was the first statement?
He been to Honduras.
Honduras, yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So which one's a lie?
That's a lie. How do you know that?
Because I think you mentioned that you haven't been to Latin America, something like that. Like
I never
you'd
said
like
that.
to go or something like that. But you said you've been to Japan, so I assume you've been to
Okay.
Indonesia. But
All right. all right.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Speaking of Japan, by the way,
Yeah.
I was wondering if the when you were growing up in China,
Uh-huh.
if there was still existed the bit of an animosity, at least with the older generation,
Uh-huh.
towards the Japanese because of what happened during World War II.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely like a culture thing.
Ah.
Like they in general there will be like they will at least be sarcastic about like the if you like when you talk about Japanese.
Uh-huh.
It was the hostility.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
And did you feel that same, a little bit of that same hostility when you visited Japan?
No.
No, not at all.
No, because
That's
when you go to like at least I would say at least my generation we watch like a lot of cartoons, a lot of anime growing up, so it was like you go there for the culture, right? You go there for the whole like the Godzilla, the Naruto, all the characters and all the stories that and the slam dunk, all the anime that you watched growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I think to me it was just we're good, To me it was we're good,
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, but in China I would say in both China and Japan there are probably like groups, like communities that are like a little bit hostile towards each other.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
But after,
really, toward each other, I guess.
well, because like
everywhere.
no,
hostilities everywhere.
so like there are like propagandas in China, and I'm not sure how Japan is, but like in China there are like propaganda like shows that kind of demonize Japanese, because of if they like let's say you make a TV series or a movie about like World War II between China and Japan. The Japanese are going to be the bad guys in the story, in the Chinese show or movie. So it's I don't know. It's just how like the education, the government controls the education,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's
Yes.
not something that's in
They control the
control.
media,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
a lot over there. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, the media over here, I think, is controlled a lot by the liberally biased,
yeah.
and because I see the squeeze coming in on the conservative media
Yeah.
more and more by the left,
Yeah.
and I believe that's going to eventually turn into an ugly a
Cultural.
picture someday.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And yeah. I bet.
Anyway, there's the banana.
Banana.
All right.
Look, you get the banana without the tree. How did you do that?
Okay, so now I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, I gotta go after this. Just give
Okay.
us a heads up. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I was an Eagle Scout. My father was a minister. And I came from Seattle.
Your father was a minister. It's a lie.
What about you?
I don't know. So the first one was you're an Eagle Scout. Second one, you're a minister. Your dad's a minister, and you're from Seattle. You sound like you're, I don't know. You're probably from Seattle. It could be from Seattle. Eagle Scout. Yeah, probably. Yeah. The second one. Yeah, second one. I don't really know. I just follow what she said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
All right.
You're both right.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
But he followed me, so
I
I'm
follow.
right.
I follow you. You're right.
Because you said your parents were farmers.
Oh.
Well, it's quite conceivable that a farmer can become a pastor. You know.
Yeah. That's why. I
But you
wasn't
didn't
sure.
say it.
Yeah.
So.
Specific things. That's interesting. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm glad that we all figured it out.
Yeah.
All right. I have to go.
Okay,
We would have made great contestants on What's My Line, right?
Yes, can I read this first?
Yeah.
No, Simmons has to go because has to go to work. I forgot. So.
Yeah. I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
true.
you for coming
So,
on.
Yeah, for sure.
thank you.
I have fun. I have fun
Thank you
today.
so much.
You guys are so sweet.
Sure.
Nice stuff.
It's kind of late in the day to be delivering papers on Sunday, isn't it?
I know, right? All right. See you soon, okay? Yeah.
Oh, I'm too tired. This is too much. Why don't you read it? You do.
Okay. All right, Simmons, take care. God bless, huh?
See you guys next week.
All right then.
You want to put your earphone back on?
Yeah. Well, not really, but I will anyway. Okay. Is this the right one? That's the, yeah. Wait a second. All right. So. Well, I'm glad that they enjoyed that accent game, and the truths and a lie game, for that matter. So here's a suspenseful comedy game called Murder Mystery. To play this game, you'll need to assign roles to each participant: a detective, a victim, and a suspect.
Okay.
And
I think I'm going to be a victim.
I
'cause
think
I'm
that
kind of tired.
I think that our suspect just walked out the door.
Right. So you be the detective. I be the victim.
Okay, and the remaining participant will be the narrator. Maybe that's Mr. Producer's part. George. Okay. No comment from the peanut gallery there, I guess. All right. So, instructions. The narrator sets the scene by describing a mysterious murder that has occurred. The victim is discovered in a strange and humorous situation. For example, covered in whipped cream with a rubber chicken nearby. Okay. The detective will interrogate the suspect to try and uncover the truth about the murder. However, the suspect will only answer questions in the form of a question. For example, did I put whipped cream on the victim? Meanwhile, the victim will act out exaggerated emotions and reactions to the questions and answers, adding humor to the scene. After several minutes of interrogation, the detective must make a final accusation based on the information they've gathered. Once the accusation is made, the narrator will reveal the truth story behind the murder, which should include funny twists and unexpected turns. Then switch roles and play another round. This game encourages participants to think on their feet, engage in witty banter, and create hilarious scenarios, making for an entertaining and suspenseful comedy experience.
No, this is too much. Can we postpone it until next week, George?
Here, take a rain
This is
check?
lot. Yeah, take a rain check. Will you be here next week?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. So,
Unless,
okay.
unless somebody
This was
kidnaps
for
me at the
free, so
church.
I'm gonna bring you the artificial intelligence gave you another one.
Okay, that's good.
Artificial intelligence is...
We play this one next week with Chris. This seems
Okay.
complicated, murder and mystery,
aha,
right?
yeah.
Yes. I can be a detective. You can play the suspect and the victim. I can interrogate you. Oh, this is cool.
Aha. You like the idea of being the interrogator?
Yes, I can interrogate you all.
Oh, okay.
And then I can make a conclusion,
This was the addition because Simmons left and the computer knows to fix it for two people, but we'll do that next time.
Okay.
It's a new game.
You know what the first words out of my mouth would be if I were the interrogator?
What?
Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? Do you remember those lines from the Marathon Man?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, God.
So every time I go into a dentist's office, I keep imagining that I'm down in the chair and he's about ready to, operate or do something, a procedure in my mouth, and I'm just imagining him. He's going to say, "Is it safe?" Yes, it's safe.
You're funny. Well, anyway,
By the way,
thank you.
I don't know if I ever told you or not. Speaking of dentists, I used to have a Chinese dentist. I wish that Simmons was here to hear this. Anyway, the Chinese dentist always wanted me to come for an appointment at the same time. You know what time that was?
What?
Tooth hurty, tooth hurty, tooth hurty.
Okay, so now next week we can continue this. And
No, we still have that game, two truths and a lie.
Huh? What's that?
oh God, we did. Did you do it again?
We did the two truths
did
and a
that
lie.
already.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. Don't tell me you didn't film that.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the same game?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, just play one more.
Are you ready for one more?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, for the truths
Yeah, for
and
the
lie?
true and the lie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a doctorate in counseling psychology.
Ah.
I've been married 3 times.
And what's the third statement?
I visit Warsaw, Poland. I visited Warsaw, Poland
Okay.
5 years ago.
Okay. I think the married 3 times is the lie.
Okay. How do you know?
Because you don't seem like the type that would be married 3 times.
I was told I'm not the type that would be married at all. When I was, just got married for a few years, and my colleague in class,
Yeah.
oh, you married? You're not the type that be married would get married at all. And every time I'm with my husband, they think I'm his mistress. They never think I'm his wife.
Really? Wow. Married with children.
Yep, one child.
Yes. See, a great show, remember?
Oh, yes.
Married with children. Yes.
I love that show. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
so tired now, so we should say goodbye.
Oh, now that's a lie.
No, it's not. Thank you, and I definitely will see you next week.
All right.
And I hope Chris Long is having a wonderful birthday out there.
Yes, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris. I miss you dearly. I see you next week.
Yes,
Okay?
my favorite Chris